Hi everyone, welcome to Shelf Control. I'm Norm, and I'm going to do just another quick discussion video with you guys, get your opinion, see what your thoughts are on this. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to title this. It might be, is this the game that breaks my crowdfunding drought or something along those lines? But I'm going to talk about Andromeda's Edge. It's a game that has caught my eye. So the last full game that I kickstarted, game founded, crowdsourced, whatever, was 51st State. They're doing an Ultimate Edition, and that was February of last year. That was the last time I had crowdfunded a game. It's a game that I've had for quite a while. I enjoy it. Me and my son play it a lot. He really enjoys it. And so when they came out with the Ultimate, even though I had most of the stuff with the game, I decided to back it and get that. So even if we exclude that, I kickstarted the game Earth that was coming out, and that was also February of last year. So it's been almost a full year, because it was 51st State ended February 22nd, and as of the recording, it's the beginning of February here. So it's almost a full year of no kickstarting. I didn't include expansions. I did kickstart the expansion for Mosaic, which was October of last year, but there were no games that really caught my attention to the point where I was actually going to put money down. And that may be because I lost my screen. That may actually be because it may actually be because I have a number of Kickstarter games in the pipeline coming in. There was a number that I did before COVID hit and caused all these delays, and so I'm anticipating a nice stream of games starting to filter in as those get worked out. So with the games coming in, with the games on my shelf that I haven't played yet, the games that we got for the Nerds Day, we've got the Nerds Day unboxing video where you see we've got a number of games that we still need to get to the table and talk about. So there just wasn't this drive to kickstart a game. And then Andromeda's Edge comes out. Next time it goes black, I'm just gonna let it stay black. I'll conveniently just shuffle it out of frame in a way that you probably won't notice. So Andromeda's Edge is a game that caught my attention because it's kind of a sister game to Dwellings of Eldervale, which has gotten a lot of positive feedback. And it's one that I haven't tried. I wasn't interested when it was kickstarted, so I didn't get it. I haven't tried it, but it did sound interesting. It's got elements that I like, and those same elements are found in Andromeda's Edge. I think the big thing with Dwellings of Eldervale versus Andromeda's Edge is that the theme catches me more with Andromeda's Edge than it did Dwellings of Eldervale. Now, I'm a huge fantasy fan. I've got a large number of fantasy themed games, and I love that theme. But when you compare it to Andromeda's Edge and the themes, the mechanisms in the game, the space theme seems to fit a lot better. In Dwellings of Eldervale, you've got the different area tiles of different areas in the world of Eldervale, and they're all just sitting right next to each other, and with the different art, it's kind of weird having all these different environments so close together, and then things can move in from next door, and it didn't feel quite thematic, where with Andromeda's Edge, with the space theme, you've got these different planets and space stations, and while they're sitting next to each other on the board, they could be a totally separate sector of space. And instead of putting your little workers down, you're putting spaceships down. And so the idea that a spaceship can move from one sector of space to another fairly easily, or come in the case of a battle, that just seems to fit more thematically with me. And so I think the biggest thing that was holding me back on Dwellings of Eldervale was the theme. Even though it's a theme that I enjoy, it just didn't fit with the mechanics to me. It's kind of like Andromeda's Edge feels very much like how Gaia Project feels to Terra Mystica. And it's a very fitting comparison, seeing how Terra Mystica had that fantasy theme as well, and they had to terraform, they had to make the land a bit the words escaping me, but they had to make it so they could live in it, and so they had to terraform it, kind of a thing, which fits the space theme even better. And also, here we go, just ignore this there. So that even fits the space theme better, where you're terraforming planets for your alien race to live on. And so that's it's kind of uncanny how much Gaia Project and Andromeda's Edge kind of parallel. Also in Terra Mystica, you had these tracks that you would go up to get points, and Gaia Project took that same idea, but then added in a lot of bonuses as you go up the tracks instead of just points, kind of a thing. And Andromeda's Edge does the same thing. It takes the tracks that you're moving up in Dwellings of Eldervale, and then adding bonuses as you're going up on the track. And so I really enjoyed Gaia Project. Unfortunately, I haven't tried Terra Mystica. Again, it was the same thing, where that theme just didn't seem quite right. And also the both, when I got interested in the games, both Gaia Project and Terra Mystica were out at the same time, and from what I was reading, Gaia Project just seemed better. Terra Mystica had the fixed map. Gaia Project had a variable map, so things would mix up a little bit. Where in Terra Mystica, it seemed that there were cases where it's like, okay, if you were this person in this spot, these were your set moves for expansion. If you swerved away from that, you were hampering yourself. Where with Gaia Project, the map changes all the time, so there's not the set opening strategy of what you're going to do. So I had gotten Gaia Project, and we've played that quite a bit. So it's strange how much theme kind of fits into that, because I don't tend to be that much of a stickler for theme on games. If it's just a pasted on theme, if the game's fun, I usually don't care. But I'm learning that theme does, if something doesn't quite feel right, it may not make the game not fun, but it doesn't elevate it to the next level. Uh, let's see, what else? So why is Andromeda's Edge tempting to pull me out of this crowdfunding drought? For one thing, the public opinion of Dwellings of Elder Vale. A lot of people have it in their top 10 list, their favorite games of the year, and have really had nice things to say about it. And then this one just is Dwellings of Elder Vale plus. And so that really caught my attention, because Dwellings of Elder Vale was one that didn't intrigue me enough to purchase myself, but I was wanting to try it. And Andromeda's Edge has intrigued me enough that I think I want to buy it and give it a try. And so we'll see how that works. Plus, the way that the campaign is being run, I really think that they're doing a great job with that. They had the follow for a free gift that they then include as an add-on for people who didn't get there early enough to follow. They have these puzzles on their website that if you solve one of the puzzles, there's 9 of them. If you solve one of them, then you get another free add-on instead of having to purchase it. And if you solve all 9, you'll get entered for the free all-in pledge to one lucky winner. And so I completed all 9 of those. My only complaint with those is that some of the puzzles, you would need to print them out and scratch with some paper. It'd be nice if there was some way that you could like work on them inside the web browser to help solve them. That would make it a little bit easier, especially for people who might not have access to a printer and just need to try and write everything out on a piece of paper to solve it. But the puzzles weren't too difficult, and there's a post in the forums, Board Game Geek, for Andromeda's Edge, where people were giving hints. I didn't find any hints in there that just flat out gave the answer, which I appreciate. It was kind of fun going through and answering those and discovering them for myself. But even though they have these things where it's like, okay, if you do this, if you take the time, there's another faction that if you sign up for a newsletter, then it gets added in. But if you don't want to take those steps, if you didn't get there early to follow, if you don't care to do the puzzles, and if you don't want to sign up for their newsletter, they have them as add-ons that you can then purchase to add in. So there's nothing that you're missing out on. And they've added a all-in pledge, which will include the deluxe edition plus all of these add-ons as well, with a bonus for people who have these, who did these. If you did the puzzle to get the free raider in your game, then they're giving you a $10 discount on the shipping for the game, for that all in, because with the all in, you're getting all the special stuff that you're supposed to do special things for, that you had to work a little bit to get. And so they're not just saying, well, too bad, everybody can get it, but since you did the special thing, no big deal. They're actually giving you a $10 shipping discount for that, which makes the all-in pledge even that much better of a value. Plus, they're saying that the all-in pledge is all going to be packed together in one box, and so it'll be really easy to get those shipped out first, because they just gotta pack the box, slap a label on it, and send it out. Where the people who are buying maybe the deluxe version and a couple add-ons, it's a little bit more work for the distribution center to be like, okay, we need this, and we need this, and we need this, and we'll pack it and then send it out. And so they had said that they actually learned from a previous crowdfunding campaign where people who had the whole add in the whole set with all these different add-ins. It was like the people who bought the most stuff got shipped out later because the distribution centers sent out all the simple stuff first to get all those numbers out, and then they had to spend time collecting everything together for the people who actually spent the most money got shipped out last. And so they're doing it now with the all-in. Everything's all packed together. If you get the all-in, you're getting shipped out first. That might translate to a few days, a week earlier than other people, but it's a nice touch. With the add-ons, there's a number of the add-ons that I'm not interested in. They give coasters that you can set your drink on, and I'm not super big on getting those. They have some dice trays, the kind that you fold up and they snap together in the corners for rolling dice. I'm not terribly interested in those. I have a little wooden dice tray that I use most of the time if I'm rolling dice, but it'd be nice to give those neoprene dice trays a try. So well, I wouldn't choose to buy those. If they come in the all-in and I decide to get the all-in, it'd be worth giving a try, and who knows, I might retire the wooden dice for those. But the other things with the all-in, you get a wash on the minis that will make the contrast, the shaded areas pop and look a lot more attractive. Wooden upgrades for the cardboard tokens, sleeves for the whole thing. Anytime that they do add sleeves option for the add-ons, I like to get those rather than try and find the aftermarket that's the right size and number for those. A module expansion. So even if you take out the stuff that I'm not interested in with the add-ons, it still seems like a deal to get that all in. Plus, the all-in is where you get that $10 shipping discount, which just makes that price difference even juicier. So, is Andromeda's Edge going to end my drought? The fact that I'm making a video, I think, reveals that yes, I probably will be going in this. I haven't gone yet. I'm still watching videos, watching the stretch goals. Those look really good. I think it's just a matter of time before I click that button. It just I probably would have clicked it sooner, but it seemed really weird to do a video asking, am I going to, when I already did. So I'm currently not, but it does look likely. What are your thoughts? Are you I was going to say kickstart, but are you game founding Andromeda's Edge? Are you going to sign up for the crowdsource to get this game? Do you have Dwellings of Eldervale and see no reason to upgrade? What are your thoughts on the theme? Am I just a weird outlier that just finds that fantasy theme just to be a weird fit for Dwellings, but space to be a perfect fit for Andromeda's Edge? It surprised me that was that much of a deciding factor between the two for me. But it was not unprecedented with Terra Mystica and Gaia Project. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Are you going all in? Are you going just the base game with the standees instead of the minis? Are you going deluxe but not all in? Because like me, you don't really care about the coasters, the neoprene mats, and maybe you don't care about getting sleeves or the wash, and the all in, even with the $10 shipping discount, may not be a good value for you. I'd like to hear your thoughts on which levels are the best for you, and what do you think of how the campaign is run, where they have these things where you can get free add-ons by doing stuff, but then include all of that together in a pledge level, some people might not feel so special, being like, well, I followed, but everybody also can get it. So I don't, I'm not in that crowd, but I can see some people being like that. So anyways, this is Shelf Control. I'm Norm. I'm going to be getting Andromeda's Edge. If you like what we're doing, please hit like, subscribe. That makes a big deal for our channel. Lets us know what you like us doing and what you might want us to do else. And if you have any comments, tips, anything like that, I've got this new lighting setup that my wife got me for my birthday. I'd like, if you have any advice as to how I should position these better for some better lighting, then please leave those in the comments. We'd love the feedback. So anyways, I have got to go. I have a pledge button I need to click. So I'll talk to you later.